Hey, how y'all doing? Don't kick my ass, bitch. I just listened to the latest episode. That was December of 2022. So much has fucking happened. Welcome back to the Kitty Box, girl. I didn't think that we would be back here again, but something in my spirit said the kitty needs the fucking purr. So go back to the box. So just a brief synopsis. I don't even know what I want to title this. I don't even know which direction I want to go in. I just pressed record and was like, let me talk to my family. Like, Faith fucked no, I didn't fuck the husband. No, I did not. But I'm that distant cousin that you always kind of wonder about. Like, I'm doing good. Why I'm distant, why I don't communicate as often as you would like or I would even like, I don't know, bitch. I don't know, okay? Take that up with the Lord. But I have a desire to work on it. Let me be honest. I have a desire to work on it. But let's just say, long story short, between December 2022 and now, I have changed jobs like 100 times. I have stopped my situationships. I have gotten into a relationship that is almost 2 years strong. Don't clap, bitch, because it is a roller coaster. Roller coaster. And I don't know if it's supposed to be this way or if I'm just in a bad situation, because it's been so long since I've been in a relationship. I don't know what a relationship really is. You know, I was up and down, in and out. That's what love is. No, that's not what love was all about. Well, Deborah Cox said, up and down, in and out, that's what love is all about. Okay, so with that rhetoric, I'm doing just fine. But what I was going to say, I was in and out. I was just, not taking niggas seriously. And when they got on my nerves, I just dropped them. It was situationships, and I was never really I wanted to build something, but did I really, y'all? Did I really? But yeah, my locks have gotten so much longer. I think I want to keep them right at this length. I don't want them to get too long because it start pulling the hairline from the front and I start looking like Stevie Wonder, bitch. Don't want that. And I don't also want them to thin out. I like the length they are. I like the size they are. Maybe a little bit longer so I can, do more styles with it. But I'm definitely experiencing length problems now. Like, if I lean back and then put my head back, when I try to look down, I'm going to, yank a lock. And it kind of hurts. Or if I lay down, oh, Lord, my hair needs to be tied up. But that is pretty much all of the updates. We have a situation in our family, and I can't say too much about it because it's not public to the family. And some of my family support cats, so I don't want to reveal something that I shouldn't just yet. But that's also going on, so just send us some positive energy, things like that. Let me light my sage. What do I want to talk about? Mentally, I'm okay. Oh, I got a car. Okay, so last time we were speaking, I was driving a Cadillac. That was because originally in 2020 or 2021, I had a Kia Soul. That was my baby. It was a black Kia Soul, and I called her Onyx. But the Cadillac converter was not our friend, and it kept giving us problems, and the car almost blew up on me a couple of times. So I had to let her go back. So for a short period of time, I was without a car. My grandfather was growing ill, or more ill than he already was, and was basically like, I have a Cadillac sitting up that I'm never going to drive again, so let's just give it to Cat. So you know what? I'm 34 and I'll be 35 this year. And life is about brutal honesty. If my aunt or grandmother hears this, I love you, but I have to be honest. The car was not given to me. I had to purchase the car. And when the car was purchased, it, had already needed some things, aside from the fact that it was sitting up for a long time. So, aside from the things that I already knew needed to be done, like the suspension, like, y'all roll with me in that Cadillac. One crack in the road felt like I was driving through the fucking Grand Canyon. And it was just so like, I wanted nobody to ride with me because it was just so embarrassing. And then under the hood, like, one by one, everything just started breaking down. And it wasn't my grandparents' fault. It wasn't anybody's fault other than the fact that the car was just sitting up. Now, I did luck up because where I took the car to get serviced, unbeknownst to me, it was the exact same place my grandparents were taking it. So the person who was working on my car knew the car in and out. And he was just like, Kat, it is what it is. Like, you're gonna see me every couple of months because I can install a new part here because this part needs to be replaced, but it's gonna make all the other old parts overwork, and then that's gonna go out, so you're gonna come back to replace that, and then it's just gonna be a domino effect. So before I sold it for freaking $500, it just stopped working on me. It just wouldn't start, and I thought it was a starter, and that wasn't the problem. It was an electrical issue, and I was just like, at this point, I draw the line. So I had sold my car, and at the time, I was working in the downtown area. Now, I live in the northern part of Houston, so a commute downtown is about 35 minutes, give or take. And I didn't have a car, so I had to catch public transportation there. But the only thing with that is the nearest public transportation bus stop is a mile from my home. So daily, and you can see some of my YouTube videos for proof, I would have to walk a mile home after working 8 hours, and that was just excruciating. So my parents saw what I was going through, and they were like, you know what, we gotta step in, because we just don't. Oh, mind you, the roads were curvy that I was walking. The roads were curvy, and they had no sidewalk. So my mom and dad were like, hell to the no, we're gonna help you get a car. And on February 22nd, they helped me get my baby. So I have a car now, so that has also changed. And I think I want to work on some new music as well. Rebirth is my baby. Rebirth was not out when we talked last. I was going to release Leo. I think I was leaning into releasing Leo, or maybe Leo had already, no, I think Leo had already come out, because that was 2022. Leo had already come out, and Rebirth was about to come out the following February, but I didn't end up releasing Rebirth until Thanksgiving Day. So it, needless to say, was pushed back. But it wasn't pushed back because I needed to make any changes. I just didn't feel, I was like, no, it's mine. You know, I just listened to it, and I kind of left it alone. I was jamming it. It was ready to go. Album cover shot. And it's the same album cover. The same album cover that I originally shot. Everything was done. I just was like, no, not yet. And I just sat with it, and I worked out, and I listened to it, and I drove, and I listened to it, and I walked, and I listened to it, and I worked, and I listened to it. And then my nieces. I was meeting up with my nieces at my mother's house every day after church. And around, I would say around Labor Day, in that whole, you know, fourth quarter, it's when they were like, Kat, Uncle Kat, when are we getting some new music? Like, nah, like we waited far too long. When are we getting? And when my family speaks, I move. They are my heart. So Thanksgiving Day 2023, Rebirth was born, and it's been doing great. I love it. I'm not ready to move on from it yet, but I have more to say. I'm in a different place, and I want to share that. And what's crazy is I'm in this place by myself. I'm in this place internally. Externally, it looks like I'm going the fuck through it. And I am. I absolutely am. But I seem to, not always, because I have my days, don't get me wrong, I am human. But I seem to frequently find that little pocket of peace, that little nugget of joy, that little diamond of hope. And it just brightens my moment for that moment. I'll be driving doing DoorDash or driving down the freeway or just in the shower or laying in bed watching a YouTube video, and I will just experience that immense joy, and I'm laughing and I'm giddy and I'm acting like a kid, and I'm just like, you know what? I know it's not going to last long, but damn it, I'm going to appreciate it while it's here. And I want to lean into that diamond, that nugget, that pocket, and give you an album made from that. I don't really want to talk about broken hearts. I don't really want to talk about being betrayed or the dark side of love or hurt or pain. Let's have a fucking good time. Let's have a good time. Rebirth does that. But Rebirth is also honest. So, I just want an album full of positivity and hidden affirmations. So when you're singing along and you get in your life, you speaking life into your life. You speaking life into your body. You speaking life into your mind. You're speaking positivity to your atmosphere, to your energy, and you don't even realize it. That's what I want. Because I think that if we're conscious about what we're doing, if we're focused on what we're doing, we don't do it. There are so many methods and so many ways to be happy and to change your mindset and to change your perspective to things. And we just don't do it. But if we get tricked into doing it through entertainment, bitch, I can heal the world. Holla if you hear me, okay? I'm going to San Antonio this weekend with some family, extended family. My boyfriend's family. We could talk about him at another time, simply because, as I told y'all when I revealed that I was in a relationship, it has not been an easy one. It has been challenging. Believe it or not, I have been advised to leave a number of times. It's not abusive, so I don't want you to think that I'm getting my ass beat. First of all, I'm Cat. And I don't know if I told y'all my jail story, but it wasn't because I was being abused. Hallelujah. You better ask Danye. Hell, I almost socked Danye in the fucking jaw. I was at the club one time, getting my kicks on Route 66, and I didn't know he was there. Baby, my cousin walked up behind me, and I almost rocked his world. But needless to say, that's not an issue. It's just been a very, 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 very challenging journey. It's required me to grow. It's required me to mature. It's required me to pray a lot. It's required me to take introspective looks at myself multiple times and realize that maybe this is just a mirror. And you see how you feel when it's done to you? That's how people have been feeling all the time that you've been crashing out on them, and you thought because you was Cat and you was that bitch and because you was a Leo and life said you could because you was the sun and everything revolves around the sun, that you could just be a bitch and a brat to everybody. It don't feel good, do it? And I think people who want me out of this situation simply just care about me and want the best for me. But sometimes you just gotta sit still, take your lick, and learn your fucking lesson. It ain't gonna last always. That black ass nigga love me, but in order to, let's just keep it real, in order to train him to be the man he needs to be, I too need to go through training. I can't be Portia and expect to be married. Look at Portia. You know, like, if you look at people who have been in marriages for a very long time, things happen. It's inevitable. You can say all men cheat, but bitch, women ain't innocent. Things happen, and it don't always have to be infidelity or violence or betrayal of any sort. But you're gonna be disappointed. You're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be lied to. You're gonna be used. You are a human dealing with a human, and you're going to lie. You're going to disappoint. You're going to hurt, and you are going to use, whether intentionally or not. We are human, flawed, imperfect humans. It's bound to happen. It's not about being, I saw a quote today that says it's not about being the one. It's about becoming the one. And that's words to Iyanla Van Zandt. Become. You can't become if you don't put in the work. And in the words of Mary turned YB, nobody told me the road would be easy. Nobody said it would. As a matter of fact, if you crack the Bible open, it tells you verbatim, in this life you shall have trials and tribulations. It didn't say, but not in a relationship. Not at work. Not with your kids and not with your family. No. Period. You in it, here come the trials. You in it, here come the tribulations. Period. That's with anything. If you have trials and tribulations within your own self, your own mind, your own body, your own health, you think you ain't gonna get none from nobody else? That's why I call bullshit when people be like, we've never argued. We've never, to each other. Cause bitch, I'd be a damn fool to believe you ain't never called your good girlfriend and he ain't called his homeboy and went the fuck off on that dumbass bitch that's on the other side of the house. You can't go through life and please people all the fucking time in every fucking way, every fucking day. That's, no. And if that is the case, if that is the very, very, very rare case, you in danger, girl. Because when conflict comes, you won't know what the fuck to do. Because it's gonna come. Because again, in this life, you shall have trials and tribulations. So if you don't have any experience with trials or tribulations, when they come, you're gonna look like a deer in headlights. And this was my prayer. This was my prayer. Y'all, I remember part of my prayer last year, because I was watching a whole lot of videos on relationships and, and things of that nature, and just how to heal within yourself and childhood traumas and things like that. And I noticed that a lot of my prayers, well, parts of my prayers, because I'm not just praying about one nigga, like, please, child. But a lot of times, part of my prayer about him would be, Lord, he doing this and change him. Lord, he doing that and change him. Please make him this way and please do him this way. And I don't want to wish him no pain or anything, but I want him to change. I want him to grow. I want him to mature so I can get the man that I intended to have. And then, as I grew in Christ and in prayer and just in myself, it changed to, Lord, change the situation. And if I'm the one that needs to be on the battlegrounds, if I'm the one that needs to be on the forefront, okay, change me. And maybe I can be an example and he can take the lead. Because a lot of times relationships run like that. That's why y'all run out the house wearing the same thing and it's unintentional, because of the influence. It's an unspoken influence, but it's fucking there. It's definitely there. So, if he won't do it, Lord, like they say, if you want change, be the change. Lord, change me, oh God. Mature me. Instill discipline in me. Like, grow me up. So when he sees that I'm moving different, it's either going to be get with it or get lost. Then he going to step up to the plate, because I know it's in him, because I see it. But if we used to always reverting back to a childhood tantrum, what else do we have to lean on? Especially if that's always worked. You feel me? So I'm just like, Lord, change me. I forgot I had prayed that, girl. So I had a moment, earlier this year, and I was just like, yeah, just going off to God. And I knew it was God, because it came to me very calmly. Very, very calmly. And the voice basically said, why are you asking me to do to him what you volunteered to do? Y'all, I could have turned into liquid and slid to the floor. Because for it to shake me the way it did in such a quiet way, rocked my world. The voice said, why are you asking me to do to him what you volunteered to do? You didn't consider the fact that it was going to be hard. You didn't consider moments like this where you was going to be like, God damn, oh, Lord, compare me to Job, because you didn't consider those moments. But despite not considering what you should have considered, you signed up for it. Here you go. What you mean give it to him? You wanted it. In the words of Martin, don't give it to Gina. You use it. Okay? Shook me to my socks. And I was like, you know what? Okay, Lord. Okay. I get it. And now, I find myself being that person. Yep, I was a firecracker, and y'all knew I was a firecracker. Y'all seen my videos. If I can get that loud and boisterous and colorful in my videos, talking about people I don't know, imagine how far I can go in a fucking argument. And even if you didn't know that side of me, just look up Leos. Y'all may hate us and say, why do y'all call us the villain? Why? Have y'all not seen that meme of a kid swinging on a swing with a burning house behind him? And it's always Leo minding their business after they done caused all that havoc behind them. When the Africans put out the proverb saying that the child neglected by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth, they were talking about a Leo child. So, don't think that I just been getting yelled at and I'm just in the corner saying, why? No. Hell fucking no. Tears were shed and it wasn't mine. And I have also cried. You know, feelings were hurt and it wasn't mine. And mine were also hurt. But believe me, we about neck and neck. But at some point, you just got to grow up and be like, one of us got to change. One of us do. And even if we decide to break up, if I truly love you, why would I want you to go into the next relationship the same fucking way you were when you ruined this one? Because at this point, you just changing bodies. You're going to run into the same situations with different people. No, thank you. And all the work I'm putting in, bitch, I be damned. Ring the fucking alarm. So now I find myself being that bigger person. I'm not going to go back and forth. I'm not. And now that I got a car, it's so much better. I can leave. You can think I'm doing whatever. I'm probably out here door dashing because a bitch needs the coin. Or like now, I'm sitting in the parking lot, chilling. Me and my sage and my girls. Oh, speaking of my girls, Trinity K. Bonet, I know this is random, but if you can bring back my girls on Apple Music, I would love. Let me go check, cause she may have. I'm so sorry, she's trans. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that got his own. Child, this was some good sage. But yeah. So now I'm not engaging as much. I'm gonna keep something to cool off. Now, what you do with that time is up to you. I suggest you choose wisely. Because as a Leo, y'all better ask somebody. I ain't even gonna make this a Leo thing. I have a very unexplainable gift from the man above to find out any and everything I need to know about everything and about everybody. Don't y'all be in my DMs trying to get me some. Oh, bitch, I should go into PI. Now that I think about it. Okay, because one plus one equals. But don't be hopping in my DMs trying to get me to do services. But my core, no. If you really want to find something out and you can't find out yourself, call Cat and give me an hour. Cause bitch, Dunye just hit me up about somebody dying the other day. Well, no, it was Christmas. And he was like, damn, I want to know how they died. An hour later, boom, boom, boom. Here you go. Bitch, I cannot be, I'm undefeated. I'm saying that to say, when I give you time to cool off and you choose to fuck around, you will find out. I'm not a violent person anymore. I don't fight and do all that, bitch. I'm finna be 35. Who? But what I will do is move like a thief in the fucking night, bitch. You will leave in the morning, and I've done it before, and think that everything is fine. And when you turn the key, and what did Luther say? When I turn the key, nobody's there. Me, what Beyonce say? I don't want you to fuck around and be dog and the kids be gone. I got a full 8 hours to do what the fuck I want to do, slowly, peacefully, and carefully. Now, what I do with that stuff, I'll figure it out once I leave the premises. But, bitch, I will be gone. So don't believe me. I know when enough is enough. And it's not as bad as it probably sounds. But at this day and age and how we live in this society, if it's not peaches and cream, if it's not rainbows and clouds, if it's not California girls, then it's not right. Move on, they say. You don't have to take that, they say. You don't. If nobody took that, if everybody moved on, a lot of our motherfucking asses wouldn't be here. A lot of us would not be here. If people took the advice back then that you're giving now, we would not exist. I'm not saying that the actions that took place or the choices that were made were right or justifiable. But what I'm saying is, if all we do in life is quit when the shit get hard or it's not in our favor, or if it's something that we don't agree with, then where will we find ourselves at the end? Instead of your obituary listing all of your kids, your grandkids, your nieces and nephews, your in-laws, it's gonna list all the niggas you've been with? Because you have no legacy? Your social media insights? Your numbers? Bitch, her life was popping. Really? Okay. So I think at that point, it'll be too late. Because you're dead. So we might as well get it now. Sit down with your aunties and uncles and grandparents who are still here. Ask them questions. Pick their brains. Y'all don't fucking like to read. There go an audible right there. Soak up all that wisdom and knowledge. Moms and dads. They done been through. My parents are 66. So they got a lot of wisdom. And I will sit down in a hot minute for hours. Pour into me. Tell me. My parents don't know my relationship woes. But when we're going through, I let them know. Y'all still together and it's been almost 40 years. I'm trying to get to 2 years. You finna have 4 decades. 1 + 1 = I need to be sitting the fuck down and listening to what you have to say if I want to make it to where you are. Because obviously you know how to get there. People look real happy single right now. But as somebody who was single for almost 10 years, it ain't always fun. Some nights it is. Some seasons it is. Some months it is. Hell, some years it may be. Oh, but eventually, you gonna look around and you gonna see a family walking through the airport. And you gonna look down and you gonna be on Jack'd. Or Grindr. Or Facebook. Because they got the hookup meetings on there, or Instagram, or Threads, or wherever you do your thing. Meaningless. No memories. I don't know. I'm just growing up, y'all. I'm growing up. I'm gonna have some actual topics. I don't want to just rant every time, because if I'm gonna rant, I might as well give y'all a YouTube video, which I do. So make sure you guys are subscribing. But I just wanted to come back and just be like, surprise, surprise. Oh, that should be the title of this episode. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. Who the fuck is this? I don't like when nobody pull up on me, girl. No, ma'am. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's what this is gonna be. Surprise, surprise, bitch. But yeah, that's really all I got. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna be consistent, girl. Like, this is easy. I can do this while I'm driving in the car, you know, just a little quick little call, you know, to the girls and check in, you know, because I feel a whole lot lighter about the situation. And just about life in general, now that I've just released. And I talk about it, but I probably haven't talked to y'all. And I think that y'all were the voice that I needed to hear back from. Y'all were the listening ear. It was y'all's couch I needed to be laying on. So thank you for inviting me back. Thank you for coming back. Let's ball, y'all. Let's ball. Let's have a good season. We're going to finish out season 3. This is still season 3, bitch. Season 3 was not 2 fucking episodes. It will change, though. I will say this. I was listening back to the latest episode, and I was talking about the names. I did have people. I did. And just to name a few, I was going to have Brandy Evans back from P-Valley. And I still might, because P-Valley is coming back. I was going to have Nico Anon, which is Uncle Clifford. I was going to have him on because we're cool. And I still might. I just have to reach out to these people, because when I went into my shell, I stopped reaching out. I just stopped, you know, and it's important to have relationships in this industry. You don't want to let too much time go by. So I don't know. And I don't want to be that person who, like, knocking in their DMs like, hey, like, ain't no thirsty ass bitch. But I want to have people on for health and wellness, for finance, for spirituality, just every asset and facet of life I wanted to cover, just so that we could just make sure that our girls were good. I know that women and straight people listen. Women are straight people as well, okay. Women and straight men listen to my podcast, but I must be honest. I have to honor my roots and my circle and my village first. And there may be stuff out there. It may be into those platforms, into those creators and content creators that are doing what I'm planning on doing. Kudos to you. Much honor and love to you. Thank you for doing what you do, because we need it. But because I see a lack of it, I want to make sure that we take good care of ourselves. We are living a lot longer than we were in the past, but we're not living smarter than we were in the past. We're living a lot dumber. We're just living longer because of medication and because of grace from God, quite honestly. But we need to take some accountability and just be grown up about the situation. A lot of us are grown-ass kids, and that's another reason why I'm still in this situation, because my man has been on his own since he was 17. And I'm pretty sure a lot of what I do is childish. Let's keep it real, you know. You can look at me and tell from my aesthetic, even if I'm in a t-shirt and my hair is fucked up, that I come from a good life. Let's just keep it. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm really not. I hate to talk like this, but I have to be honest. We know that I come from a good life. I've never really had to want, hurt, or struggle for anything. So when struggle, hurt, or wants come, it is not hard for me to pick up the phone, and call my mother and father. And it's also not hard at all for them to be like, okay, we're on the way. What do you need? How fast do you need? You know, I told y'all the reason why I'm sitting in this car today is because of my parents. Go back and look at my video. My car is fully paid off and I didn't pay one dime. How the fuck you think I got it? A scholarship? Like, and, you know, and it... I'm torn with that, because I'm always, from family and sometimes from him, I just have to be honest and transparent, being criticized. You know, like, at some point, Kat, you gotta grow up and be on your own. And I know they mean well. No, not all. They don't all mean well. Some bitches are just fucking haters because they don't have a privileged life. And bitch, I can't apologize because your parents are poor. I just can't. And it's not my fault, and I don't... just get off of it. But anyway, I get what he's saying, though. My parents are 66. I can't depend on them forever, and I have to stand on my own 2 feet. And I want to. I really do. But at the same time, I'm not going to apologize for getting help. My parents purchased me this car after they saw me walking for a full month and a half. No. I started walking at the beginning of January. I got the car February 22nd. Every weekday, mind you, it snowed, it rained, and was cold the entire 2 months. Go back and look at my videos of me walking. Y'all ain't never seen me walking no fucking t-shirt. So whether it was rain, sleet, snow, or hail, how else was I gonna get home? So I think my parents step in when they see that I'm trying. I'm not just kicking my feet saying, Mommy, Daddy, give me, give me. I'm trying. And they're helping. I am not going to apologize for receiving help from the people who brought me into this world. I'm sorry that your background is different from mine, but in my eyes, that's what they are supposed. That's what I'm going to do with my kids. I can be 84 years old. Let them call me. I'm your dad. I'm your protector. I'm supposed to do this for you. When you can't do it for yourself, you know? And I just, yeah. It's a journey, and I'm learning, and I'm growing, I'm maturing. Growing pains. That's what I'm going through, because it's not comfortable. It's not easy. It's not always glamorous, nor is it attractive at all. But it's necessary. And like hot butter cornbread, watch me fucking rise. Until next time, I love y'all. Stay kitty.